For some people, moving to France seems like a dream, but a lot of people who actually do it end up regretting it sooner or later. I am French and I used to live in the US before I moved back to Paris, so I totally understand the appeal of moving to France. Like, the food is delicious, our cities are beautiful, there's culture everywhere, and we do have good public services and free healthcare. When people first arrive to France, everything is new and feels like an adventure. And I have to say that moving back to Paris, I also had a lot of fun trying all the delicious food, doing a lot of fun stuff around the city, and just rediscovering all the positive things. But you know, this honeymoon phase doesn't last. You actually get used to the good stuff. Like, after the 10th day eating a delicious croissant, you actually take it for granted. And that's when real life actually sets in and you start noticing all the annoying things. And that's when some people who move to France start to really hate it. And I personally see two main reasons why this happens. The first one is that a lot of frustration with France and the city of Paris in particular can actually come from people having the wrong expectations. I talk a lot about it on this channel, but France and Paris are not portrayed in a way that's realistic in the movies. Like, if you move to Paris, chances are that you're not gonna live in a place that looks like this, but more realistically in a place that looks like this, which is just a normal suburb of Paris, or even like this, which is very common if you live in a car-dependent suburb that's a bit further away. And that's not bad, it's just normal life. Not every single place is beautiful here in France. And I can tell you that if you move to France, obviously the common annoyances of living in a big city are gonna be there, plus some more that are actually specific to France, like strikes, bureaucracy, and many more that we will get into later. And that's actually when the real problem starts. When your idea of a place doesn't match the reality, it becomes so much harder to keep an open mind and just try to adapt to the culture. And I feel sometimes people have really strong feelings about it. Like, the actual difference between what people were expecting and the reality of France and the French culture makes people so angry sometimes. And I have to tell you that I've had real life experiences of meeting random people, you know, maybe friends of friends. And when I tell them I'm French, they tell me just that they hate France and that basically every French person sucks. And you know, obviously if you start your interactions with someone by insulting their culture, you're just not gonna be the best of friends with them. I'd say overall it's not a good strategy. But you know, I try to not stop to that and actually ask questions. And you know, my issue with these people is that they've only visited Paris, so there's so much more to the French culture. Like, we have an incredibly diverse culture that changes from region to region. And for them, you know, they visited Paris, they hated it. They just go back home with the idea that they dislike France, and that's the end of the story. For us, in this video is actually just the beginning, because we are gonna go deeper and we're gonna try to understand why